Ismail. I'm now going to pass on the microphone to Galaxy A01 and Galaxy S9. If you could give us a proper name, you could rename yourselves on your Zoom, then we know how to refer to you. That would be good. Kaboza Ronald Basajam Kakoza Ronald. Sorry, my apologies. I couldn't read that from the distance, but please, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, please.
Thank you, Kakoza. Please introduce yourself. Tell us where you're calling from, if it's safe to do so, and you have 5 minutes to share what's on your mind. Over to you, Kakoza.
Yes, I'm Kakoza Ronald, calling from Uganda, directly in the village down there in Chankwanzi. Yeah, for us, maybe, do you get me clear?
Yeah, loud and clear. Please carry on.
Okay. We've had all the news circulating that Lumbuye might be dead, and we feel very sad because here in Uganda we have no freedom to express ourselves, even if we try. You see the way I'm putting on, I don't want even to show that I'm supporting the NUP or people power, because harassment is too much. So we feel that if this has come to hit such a in Uganda we say what about me, the dry one? The wet tree is being captured, then what if it comes to me who is dry already? So we are calling upon all our colleagues and comrades to come together and raise up the voice to see that Fred Lumbuye is free, and all Ugandan, all political prisoners here in Uganda. In my home district of Chankwanzi, I have comrades who were arrested during the campaign trail. And up now, they are still in jail. No one is following. Even if we try, we cannot access them like Fred Nkurunziza and others. So I'm just asking that all comrades here on this platform came together and will raise a voice that is going to help and rescue our country and our people at large. So I'm thanking you. This is my first time to be here, and I hope I'll be joining you and share with you and hear all the news and anything you'll be giving us. So we are strong to see you and also allow me even to talk to you. Thank you, sir. Mr. David.
Thank you, Ronald. Yes, we're here every Saturday and we've heard your call loud and clear. You're absolutely right. We still have youths, we still have supporters, we still have comrades who are still in prison. We should not stop raising our voices and calling for their freedom, which is what we do every Saturday. And thank you so much for risking yourself by joining us this Saturday. People like you keep those of us who are in the diaspora fighting, because if you can stand up and speak, why should we not? So please, whatever you're doing, please keep on doing it, and we are standing together with you. Thank you so much, Ronald.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was Ronald calling us from Chankwanzi, deep in Uganda. So thank you to all those of you who have joined us on this Zoom protest, and those of you who are watching us on all the channels, on the social media channels that we're on. If you'd like to join, we've still got a lot of space on Zoom. If you'd like to join in, please click on the link that is on the video that you're watching, and share and let people know that we're standing in solidarity with our comrade Fred Lumbuye. Map Media, please, can you unmute yourself? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good to see you. Good to see you, Map Media. Please introduce yourself and tell us where you're calling from, if it's safe to do so, and you get 5 minutes to speak starting now. Over to you, Map Media.
Okay, good evening to everyone. Kindly please allow me to express myself in Uganda.
That's absolutely fine.
Yes. Mbalamusiza nnyo mwenna abali mu kuttu guno, mwebale kuwewaayo, mwebale butatiiririra amannya Map Media, okuva eri mu Map Media TV ate nsinzidde wano Uganda. Wendi wano ndi mu buliri oza n'ekitanda mu kirabo. Ebimu ebyantuusibwako okubeera nti nze omu ku babadde ekitalya nga bwe mwakitegeerako n'abamu bwe mukimanyi. Muganda wange Kakooza avaako kansookere ku point ye nga sinagenda kuya muganda wange Lumbuye nga sinagyerabira. Fred Nkurunziza Chankwanzi yabatumira ye musibe gwe basooka okukwatira ddala ku bintu by'okulonda ku bya campaign. Fred Nkurunziza tubadde naye mu woodi, musajja mukulu naye mwetowaze nnyo nnyo era nga twamuyita na alapitanka nga ennyonta tekuluma ng'alina amazzi n'atagakuwa. Fred Nkurunziza
Oh dear, I think we've lost.
yatugamba nti tebalina ddoboozi naye maapu mijja kumufuluma mutuyambe. Fred Nkurunziza oyo baamukwata mu November last year, naye tugenza okuva mu kkomera ekitalya nga taleetebwangako wadde okulaba omulamuzi, ye taleetebwangako wadde okulaba omulamuzi okuva mu November last year 2020. Nga nzize ku nsonga ya Fred Lumbuye, nze bwemulaba wano ndi mulwadde ebyaddala wadde ndi mu kisenge naye sinneebaka. Ndowooza obwedda abagoberera media okuva lwe twatandise kuno tuteekayo ebintu bamukomyawo ne tutandika okunoonyereza nnyonyi ki ennyonyi essatu ne tutandika okuzitwakinga zonna mpaka lwe twatuuse kwesooka netulemesa nga teriiko okuba amasimu nga taliiko ne tudda ku ddala nga taliiko so tetuneebaka naye tulowooza tugenda kwebaka bwe tuneebaka ate wayinza okubaawo eggulire eddala eritaasa munnaffe ne tusalawo ne tutunula. Kindly please nsaba mu abali mu diaspora n'abali mu ttaka essaawa zino tuyinza okubaako ne bannaffe abali mu ttaka bambi muteekewo embeera yonna ne bwe mubeera bataano bokka ne mukwata ebipande ebyo ne mukwata obupapula ne muteekako Lumbuye. Abasajja bali abazungu balina entegeera yaabwe enjawulo nnyo ku yaffe ne balaba ekigambo Fred Lumbuye bajja kunoonyereza Lumbuye kubanga tuyinza okuba nga tunoonyereza ku social media wano tuli ku Facebook naye ng'abantu Facebook y'ettaka entono nga Facebook tebabifaako nnyo tutwitinze tukoze tutya bambi abali mu ttaka muwanike ebipande ebyo ng'abantu abali mu US bwe bakola abali mu Europe bwe bakola. So nze negatta ku ddoboozi ery'Abannayuganda Fred Lumbuye tabadde teyeerwanirira abadde alwanirira ffe. Fred Lumbuye baatusiba n'alwana. Fred Lumbuye tajjangako ku mukutu n'asaba wadde 10. So kindly please raise up your voices tugende nga tukola buli kyonna abalinaanye z'embase mu abali mu abazungu abo bategeera bambi mugende musitominge ku embase ezo. Wane Uganda mutugamba tugende ku embase bwe tugendayo bagenda tukwate eno Uganda yafadda tosobola kugendayo n'omugamba nti ogumbe wali bajja kukwata era bakuzeeyo. Kindly please David back to you kandike n'abalala boogere. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Map Media, and thanks for your passionate call. I picked up what you were saying about the comrades in Turkey. Yes, you're absolutely right. Anyone who can go out and have your placards, please get those placards out and let people know. Let people know what you are standing for and why you're standing for Fred Kajjubi Lumbuye. So thank you so much, Map Media, and thanks for your contribution and update on our comrade who you talked about earlier. Thank you so much, Map Media. Okay, thank you to all those of you again who are joining us. We're seeing a lot of comments on the chat. We've got suggestions on things that people can do, contacting celebrities. There's information, someone is asking for information about getting handles of some of the news channels. We'll share those very shortly. But if you're here and you've got good handles, Twitter handles of Africa correspondents in the main news agencies, news networks, please post them down. If you've come across good tweets that you'd like people to retweet and share, please share them on the chat. This is your platform, so let's use it to the best of our ability. And you guys are absolutely right. We need to keep standing. I like what Map Media said. Fred Lumbuye spoke every day. He didn't ask anyone for any money. All he was doing was standing up for truth, justice, and democracy. And this is what they do to him. So it is our duty to ensure that we let him know that we've got his back. And regardless, for the one Fred Lumbuye they take, they'll have to deal with 142 who are here on Zoom and the thousands who are watching us on Facebook. Thank you so much, Map Media. Okay, right. Mvule Timothy, please can you unmute yourself?
Yes, hello.
Hello, Mvule. You're live on Speak Up Uganda is Bleeding. Please introduce yourself. Tell us where you're calling from, if it's safe, and share what's on your mind for the next 5 minutes, starting now. Speak in a language you're most comfortable in. Over to you.
I'm calling from Uganda, Chengera. For me, I'm just here to call upon Turkish government to free Lumbuye. If we committed any offense, let him be. In fact, let me talk in Uganda. ndi wano okutegeeza gavumenti y'e Turkey waba mwami Lumbuye alinako kye yakoze balina muvunaana within Turkish mu mateeka g'e Turkey wabula okumukwata okumuzza eno e Uganda bagenda kuba bamutadde mu mikono gy'abano abasajja abatemu kubanga Lumbuye tubaddewo ebbanga ng'atulwanirira era even ataasizza bangi nnyo okubanga basobodde okuwonyezebwa okutugumbula kubanga bangi babuusizza ne batabatta ababadde bagezaako okuwulizako ebyo byabadde abagamba so kensubire nti gavumenti y'e Turkey buno obubaka ebuwulira ffe bannayuganda tuli feshuwa tuwulira bubi nnyo tulina ennyiike ku mitima okuya nga muganda waffe ali mu mbeera eyo gy'alimu obudde buno twali ziri nnaku nye tunaa kumuwuliza so twandisabye n'etuyamba n'etegatta na musajja ono kubanga ebatunugunya muganda wange kubanga ali innocent Lumbuye si mubbi kubanga kimanyi ku tteeka lya international law basobola okulipootinga omuntu nga yabbye oba nga bamukutte nanjaga ng'ebyo naye omusajja abadde alwanirira bantu abaavu abatalina bulwanirire bwe batulugunya so nandisabye ne bamuta n'abeerawo ng'asobola okuba n'eddembe lye David ne yayinza akaseera koopadde ebigambo byange.
Thank you so much, Timothy. Your message is loud and clear, and thank you for taking the time to join us. Please stay safe wherever you are. We know what it's like in Uganda, and we know that the dictator will do anything to quash voices such as yours, young, vibrant people who believe in a free Uganda. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Okay, let's see. We've got quite a few hands, so I'm just going through. If you haven't got your camera on and you've had your hand up, my apologies, because the system defaults to people who've got their hands up. So we're trying to take them in order of what we've seen, but please do not take offense if I haven't called you. It's quite busy today, so thank you so much for all those of you who've joined. Can I ask, do we have comrades here in Japan? If you're in Japan, I'd like to hear from the Japan Brigade, the Japan chapter. I forget the names, but I'll get the names. Can we get some of our comrades who are in Japan? And the reason why I say so is we have to be very, very agile, and we have to be very innovative in the way we respond to the actions of the regime. They couldn't have chosen a worse time to carry out this abduction, because right now the focus is on the Olympics. Uganda is winning gold, and in about 9 hours' time, the world will be watching the world's marathon, the men's marathon. Uganda is fully represented, and all cameras will be on the marathon. Can I hear from the Japan Brigade, the Japan chapter? Can we get those Bipande that Map Media was talking about? Let's get Fred Lumbuye's name on world television. I am daring any of our comrades who are in Japan to get banners out, to get free Fred Lumbuye banners out, Uganda is bleeding banners out, and go and attend the marathon. It's a road event. Everyone can attend this event. So please, 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 if you know anyone who is in Japan, I would like to hear what they're saying. You've got 9 hours. You need to move swiftly. We've done these things before, and we have to get the message out there. So please, comrades in Japan, raise your hands up or let us know if you're here. Would like to hear what you've got to say. Okay, thank you. Diana. Diana, please unmute yourself. Hello. Hello, Diana.
Hello.
Welcome to Speak Up Uganda is Bleeding. Please introduce yourself. Tell us where you're calling from, and you get 5 minutes starting now.
Hello, I'm called Dan, and I'm coming from Geneva, Switzerland. Welcome to everybody, and mine is just a question. I think, is it yesterday morning or the other day, there was some information passing around, or is it a rumor or information, that we had got some Turkish lawyer lawyers, or one lawyer or lawyers, and they have been paid even part of the fee. So if it's true that we have these lawyers, is it really in order that now it's already past 3 days that these lawyers have not got any information to give to us? Is it in order, or that's why I'm asking this question? If that information was true, or was it false? I don't know. That's my question.
Okay. Thank you, Diana. We will record your question. I'm not qualified to answer that question. But if there's anyone here who feels they're qualified to answer that question, we've got a bank of questions. So thank you, Diana. That will go into a bank of questions. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Okay. Nicholas Mugisha. Nicholas, we can't hear you. No, sorry, we can't hear you. Please try, Zoom will give you an option to test your microphone. Please try testing your microphone and then put your hand up. We'll give you a chance to speak. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. Musa. Hello, Musa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, David.
Good stuff. Musa, welcome to Speak Up Uganda is Bleeding. Please introduce yourself, tell us where you're calling from, and share with us what's on your mind for the next 5 minutes, starting now. Please use the language you're most comfortable in. Over to you.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate for this opportunity, David. Yeah, let me use our local language, Uganda. My name is Musa. I'm from South Africa. What chenjagalo gamba bana Uganda banange bana abasajja tebatusobola mukitegeera bana abasajja tebatusobola tubasinga obwongo kati njagala mbawo trick emu bana abasajja bo balinye ya bigere. First of all kyetulina okukola kati right now nera kyensaba mwe nabali e Uganda abasobola okutuka ku balo yabafa bali e Uganda bagende bagulewo omusango ku nnyonyi zonna eza bookingidwako nti Lumbuye ali checked in. Ne balaga nti ali checked in, which means yachekinze. Kati ffe tubanje Uganda twalinze Lumbuye tetwamulabye. Ezo ennyonyi tuziguleko emisango zonna ze baguzeeko tiketi. Kati tulyoke tuteekeko ezo ennyonyi ku bunkenke ne mu nsi mwe yavudde mu yachekingidde in, bwe tubagulako omusango bagenda tulaga Lumbuye ali luddawa. Muntu kyoyo eyagenze n'achekinga in mu manya ga Lumbuye. Okitegeera? Kati awo bwe tubateekako akakazito tugenda kuba tubamaze bajja tulaga Lumbuye ali luddawa. Muntu ki achekinze in? Kubanga bw'ochekinga in obeera already oyingidde mu system kale mu kampani y'eyo ennyonyi ng'ovunaanyizibwako eyo ennyonyi ne bannannyini nnyonyi eyo ovunaanyizibwa bubeera kati gwoba oli mu mikono gyabwe. Singa oba ofunye obuzibu bannannyini nnyonyi ebyo balina okukola kye balina okusasulira kubanga basasudde tiketi eyo nga be balina okutwavolingisa baatulaze achekinze in. Kati ali luddawa. Nze kyensaba bannayuganda neera baloya baffe mwena ogwo musango mugende mugugulewo ng'obudde tebunnaba kati balyo tulyoke tubateeke ku bunkenke batubuulire omuntu yachekinze in ali luddawa. Ekirala kyenjagala ogamba bannayuganda bannange musituke. Ono Museveni atufuga just kafamire kamu. Museveni atufuula kiraalo kya nte. Okitegeera nti ente olwaleero tezidda kulya zibeere mu lugo. Mukitegeera ne mubeera mu lugo. Nakeera ku makyana bagamba olwaleero temuddamu kufuluma mubeere mu mayumba gammwe lockdown n'abaggalira. Okitegedde? Kati bwe yalaba Lumbuye nti abagudde amaaso mutandise okuzibuka kati ovola bamulwanira. Kyemuba mumanya Lumbuye either mufu oba either gyali akyali ttake mulamu. Kubanga abawa information Lumbuye bamwagala. Okitegeera? Ne Museveni ayagala Lumbuye kati bonna bamulwanira ali wakati. Okitegeera? Kati awo weewali firimu. Nera kyenjagala ogamba bannayuganda bannange tukwatire wamu tusobole okulaba nga tutwala omusajja ono. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala. I appreciate David. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Musa. Thank you for your passionate contribution and call to Ugandans. You're absolutely right. The dictator thinks he's dealing with cows. So we need to stand up and we need to raise our voices. So yes, call out to all Ugandans, do what you can safely. We're non-violent, remember. but we're also creative and innovative. Okay, right on the back of my screen, I have got a timer. For those of you who can see my screen, that is a timer which sets out how many minutes we've got left to 3 o'clock UK time, which is the time at which we recognize or we hold a minute of silence for our comrades who have lost their lives in this struggle. So all we'll do is we'll ask you to observe a minute of silence at exactly 3 o'clock. But before then, I'd like to invite Desmond, who seems to be logged in using someone else's alias. I'm not sure what you're trying to do. Desmond, hello, welcome to this Saturday's edition. I know you, and just for the listeners, I know Desmond because Desmond has been here right from day one and is an avid supporter of the platform, always uses it as a chance to voice his concerns, opinions, and is always spreading the word about the state of Uganda and the plight of our locked up prisoners in Uganda. So Desmond, over to you. You've got 5 minutes starting now. Please introduce yourself and share with us what's on your mind. Okay. I think you might need to unmute, check your microphone because for some reason we can't hear you. Hello? No, unfortunately, we can't hear you. Hold on. Try and unmute yourself. Hello? No, I'm so sorry, Desmond. You need to just do what I asked Nicholas to do. Just check your connections, test your Zoom connections, and hopefully you'll be able to get through. So just do that, and then we'll get you back on. Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, you've got slightly less than 5 minutes, but over to you.
No, that's fine with me. I'm just on holiday at the minute. I've come to spread the word in Jersey, putting my barrier because UK is already saturated. So I wanted to come to Jersey to let the people of Jersey know about the human rights violation in Uganda. I'm reading at the moment a book by a friend of Uganda, and it's called Another Fine Mess. But this morning, the first page I opened, these are the words that really inspired me. And I just want this to go to whoever you think you're spying on everybody and you want to abduct anyone on this platform and you're thinking that you're going to kill all of us, then come. But know this, a king, good or bad, will go the way he comes, for he will never rule over your laughter and your tears. And I say that I say that with happiness. Lumbuye, we are, wherever you are, we are standing out for you, and we're going to do everything to speak out about your release, and the world will know that there's some dictator or terrorist in Uganda who is killing his own people. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Desmond. And yes, that's a very good read. We've hosted Helen Epstein, the author of that book, on this platform before, so highly recommend something for you to add to your reading catalogue. Message loud and clear, Desmond. Okay, we have got just under 5 minutes before we go into our minute of silence. So I'm going to unmute. Nicholas, did you manage to sort out your microphone? Nod if you did. Did you manage to sort out your microphone? No, I don't think you did, unfortunately. Okay, Frank Gariama. Please, can you unmute yourself? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, Frank?
Hello?
Hi,
Yes.
Frank. Yeah, are you okay to speak for a few minutes? Tell us, whereabouts are you calling from?
I'm calling from South Africa, my brother David.
Okay, good stuff. So in about 3 minutes' time, we will be holding a minute of silence because we always recognize the role those who've been before us have played in the struggle. So rather than have you speak and get interrupted, I'll invite you to speak, or my comrade Hadija will invite you to speak after 3 o'clock, if that's okay. Is that okay? And that's in about just after 4 minutes. Is that okay?
No problem. It's fine for me, my brother.
Fantastic. Okay, keep there, keep there. We'll make sure that you get the chance to speak in exactly 4 minutes' time. Okay, again, welcoming all those of you who are joining us here on Zoom, those of you who are joining us on Facebook and all the different platforms we're streaming. We're standing in solidarity with our comrade Fred Lumbuye. We are standing because we believe what he has done is not wrong, and if he has done anything wrong, it should be dealt within the course of normal law legal proceedings. I have not yet come across an instance where extradition, abduction, and kidnapping of people who break the law is the order of the day. We need to stand. We need to stand now, and we need to make sure that we nip this in the bud, because we need to send the message back home to the dictator and his regime and his cabal of people who think that they can oppress us, intimidate us into silence. We need to let them know that for every one Lumbuye they take, there's going to be hundreds more people who are going to stand up and speak for freedom. All Lumbuye was doing, he was spreading three truths. Lots more truths, but the three truths that to me rhyme with me was: one, the people's victory was stolen, and that's a fact. Two, the people's president hasn't been installed in State House, that's a fact. And three, Uganda is not a free country. And that's the third fact. And that's all we're doing. We're standing here letting the world know that Ugandans, maybe other generations, people would keep quiet. We cannot let business as usual happen simply because we believe that there is, we have a right to a Uganda that is reflective of us, and a Uganda that is a true democracy chosen by the people for the people. In 16 seconds, we're going to observe a minute of silence. Then I'll hand over to our comrade Hadija, who will take us through the next hour. So please, in 6 seconds, can I ask you to observe a minute of silence starting now? Right, may their souls rest in eternal peace. Thank you so much for taking the time to stand with us, and thank you for spending that 1 minute in silence. It might sound long, but think of those who haven't lived to see the Uganda that they were fighting for, those whose lives were taken, brothers, sisters, aunts, daughters and sons who believed in a new Uganda and were killed just because they believed in a Uganda that works for the people. A free Uganda and a new Uganda. So please, every Saturday, 3 p.m., we recognize their sacrifice and we think it's the least we can do for our comrades who've gone before us. Okay, I'm going to hand over to Hadija very shortly, but I promised Frank Ganyana to speak. But Frank, before you speak, I've seen a comment on the chat or a message that's been sent to me about, so those of you who are in Uganda and are concerned about your identity and you'd like to speak, just turn your camera off, use an alias for your name, so use a different name, you can call yourself whatever you want. We won't insist on you having your cameras on. The only issue is without the cameras on, we don't see you on the screen, and we generally tend to pick people who've got the cameras on. But if you really want to speak and you haven't got your camera on, maybe just drop a message and we'll try and pick you out from the people who've got their hands up. We've got over 30 people with their hands up, 23. So it's quite hard to pick you up. Okay, Comrade Frank, before I hand over to Hadija, why don't you unmute yourself, introduce yourself, tell us where you're calling from, and share with us what's on your mind for the next 5 minutes.
Thank you, Comrade David, and all comrades who are listening. My name is Frank Aganyana. I'm from South Africa. My message, I will not differ from other comrades who were informing our NUP leadership to go and issue the case for all, on all flights that that brings the name of our comrade Fred Lumbuye, that he checked in Turkey yesterday. They can go to maybe to UN embassy and open the case for those flights. And even for they opened the case on the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister Oriem, who confirmed and said that Comrade Lumbuye is on a plane. In fact, he's the one who confirmed that. We should issue the case on the government of Uganda and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, who confirmed that Comrade Lumbuye has checked in and they are expecting him to be in Uganda at around 2 in the morning. Maybe another message, maybe to the dictator. I don't know what they are blaming Comrade Lumbuye. Maybe they think what they are saying it's because of what Lumbuye has been saying, which means Comrade Lumbuye did not kill someone. Comrade Lumbuye did not rob someone. It was only his words and his message, which means they say that Comrade Lumbuye lied, or what was saying it was a lie, or maybe the information that he always gives is a lie. If it's a lie, Museveni he also lied. When the COVID-19 was starting, Museveni, we saw Museveni and the Speaker of Parliament on a national TV saying that we have got the COVID vaccine in Uganda. Was that not a lie? If they are blaming Comrade Lumbuye that what he speaks is lie, or maybe a lies, Museveni didn't lie the country. That's the reason why they are issuing Comrade Lumbuye. It's because of the oppression. But let's try, comrades and all Ugandans, and all the citizens of the world. Let's combine together. We do what we can do. Everyone, people who are in Turkey, please go to the embassies. Get the banners, get the pictures of Comrade Lumbuye, go and protest. I'm sure in Turkey there is peace. You can demonstrate peacefully.
As you wind up, Comrade Frank.
Thank you so much, Comrade David, and our comrade who are listening.
Thank you so much, Comrade Frank. Your message loud and clear. All comrades, all friends of Uganda, and all Ugandans do what they can do to send the message to the world that Fred Lumbuye needs to be free. Seeing message from Rashida on the chat saying Fred Lumbuye arrived in Uganda morning with 5 other members. Okay. It would be interesting to hear from you, Rashida, and maybe your sources. If we can get that verified, that would be good, because we try and work off information that's credible, like our comrade Demi was saying. Right, I'd like to hand over to our moderator joining us from the Netherlands, Hadija. Comrade Hadija, please, can you, let's see if we can get you unmuted. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I'm unmuted.
Fantastic. Comrade Hadija, good to see you. Welcome to this session of Speak Up Uganda is Bleeding. It's a busy session. Everyone's sharing their thoughts about what's happening with Comrade Fred Lumbuye. I'd like to ask you to share what's on your mind and then take over the next session. Welcome to this session and good to have you this afternoon. Over to you, Comrade Hadija.
Thank you so much, Comrade David, and everyone. Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure. My name is Hadija Nachinj Semkasa. based in Netherlands. I'm the General Secretary of Netherlands, Belgium NUP chapter, and also the coordinator of UVOT. I'm so happy to join you today, and I'm so glad that we are all here. Thank you so much for joining us in standing with solidarity for the sake of our brother Lumbuye, and of course for other political prisoners that have always been tortured and imprisoned by the dictator. As we all know that a few days ago our brother was kidnapped, and we are not very sure of his whereabouts at the moment. We are hearing very different sources, but we pray, and with the effort of our lawyers and the comrades at the ground, and our president and everyone who is doing whatever they can do, whatever in their powers to have our comrade released. And of course, every one of us, we still have a duty of doing whatever we can do, whether on social media or on ground, to say that we have our voice heard regarding the release of the freedom of our brother and the rest of the comrades that are still in prison and in torture chambers. Before I start, I would like to recognize the presence of Dr. Lina Zedriga. I don't know if David, she's still on.
Yes, I can see Dr. Lina on, definitely on the attendance, and I've just given her the opportunity to unmute if she can confirm she's still there. We need to make sure she has not been abducted. Dr. Lina, if you're there, please unmute yourself and say hello to the people in attendance, if you're there. Otherwise, we'll come back to you later. Yeah, I think we'll proceed, and Dr. Lina will join us when she's yet available. Oh, here we go.
Shall let you know when she's ready to talk to us.
Hello.
Oh, here we go. Hello, Dr. Lina.
Yes, it's a very, very sad day. Very sad day. I owe my life a lot to Comrade Fred Lumbuye. He warned me every time. Before anybody else would get. So I owe my life to him up to today, up to yesterday, and up to tomorrow. Before his arrest, actually, we were just on call. Just before his arrest, we were on call, but the details I'm not, but he was aware he was being trailed. However, right now, his arrest, his abduction, has thrown all of us in disarray. Why? Because it was well calculated, well planned, and well executed. Let us take a time to reflect. The critical reflection should be about coordination. I go online and there are conflicting information. My heart broke. Yesterday, there were 3 conflicting informations. However, to hear later on that he is most likely alive, to me, I started praying. My first thing was to pray, to get organized, because I was in tears, I was in panic, my stomach was coming up, and many of you were also experiencing that. Right now, we have a very big gap in terms of getting consistent, credible information. David, I would like to request, kindly, can you coordinate after this platform that we get ourselves organized, even as the platform belonging to the Uganda is bleeding, to have a coordinated response and information that is credible. 1, 2. I reflected on the story of the hummingbird. When the forest was on fire, the elephants, the giraffes, they all ran outside, started stamping their feet and, giving up. You have given us this platform as the hummingbird. that we can go with our small beak and bring water and put off this fire. We can only do it in a very coordinated manner. Emotions have taken hold of us. We need a team that can awaken us up and say, please calm down, David. This is not how you are going to do it. Mama, this is, so we need coordination and also a team to calm us down and also direct us. We need that to be happening in a very coordinated manner. We also need to do a planning. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lina. Thank you so much. We definitely need to pray more. I know most of the many comrades who didn't sleep, who have been crying throughout since Lumbuye was arrested. People are panicking, but we need to pray more and of course fight harder, because this shows us that no one of us is safe. Do you know, like just one of our comrades said earlier, so that means everyone is not safe. So we have to fight harder and keep on pushing our voice until all Ugandans get justice wherever they are. All Ugandans should be safe wherever they are. So with that, I'd like to give a chance to different comrades to say what is on their mind. As David mentioned earlier, we're giving you 5 minutes to express your views. So after, we give another comrade. So I'll start with Comrade Becky, Sweden and UK. Please unmute yourself. Comrade Becky, please unmute yourself. Your hand is up. I don't know, maybe she's not ready as she's getting ready. Comrade Charles S. Please unmute yourself.
Hi, Adija. My name is Charles S. I'm based in London, Brixton. I will thank all of you, the participants, the moderators, for what you've done for today to try to exchange views on what's happening, most especially to our comrade Lumbuye. I just wanted to pass on a message. Comrade Lumbuye, wherever you are, we are with you. We are together. We shall make sure that you come back home safe. We are not sleeping ever since you disappeared. We are coordinating. We are catching up to make sure that you are back home safe. So you are not alone. I thank you, President, and all the committee, what they have put up to make sure that Comrade Lumbuye is getting home safe. I also thank all of you guys, all of you comrades who have put in whatever possible to make sure that at least we are showing that the dictator is not doing this and is not going to be left alone. Things are getting worse every day. So if we sleep like our parents did so to get to this extent, we are not going anywhere for our kids. So I call upon everyone, whatever you do, wherever you are, please, if you just sit back and think that things will be okay on your side, anytime it's getting to you. So we have to stand up. We have to be strong now. We have to keep moving. Whatever happens, we have to keep moving. As we wait for Comrade Lumbuye to be back, we should not leave this space has been covering. People should come up. We should even be much more stronger. We have to come up to say no, no, no. Okay? When it comes to this airline airline companies, where I saw that Comrade Lumbuye was booked in. This is going to be so very easy to trace up who did the bookings and who did the check-ins. They have to follow up. This is it's not something really very hard. It's very easy. It's all been captured on the system. They have to check who did the booking and where was the booking made. So I'm very sure that everything was done even day before. I haven't checked personally on booking dates and stuff, but I'm sure these are things which have been done way back, that everything was in coordination on their side. But we have to try, we keep up, we make sure that we are all together. We try to distance ourselves, but we should try to contact our friends within the box to ask what's going on. I mean, you might fear security-wise, but there are some questions where they are worth replying. There are some questions in inbox where you say that something is fishy, you can easily ignore, but we should not leave ourselves alone. We should make up something like that platform to keep on exchanging views. But things are getting worse every day, trust me. Thanks so much, Hadija.
Thank you so much, Comrade Charles, as you said, and everyone is emphasizing, don't wait for this to come to your house. You have to be part of this, because if you wait for it to maybe come to your relative or your house or yourself, it might be too late for you to do something. So it's high time you do something before it comes to you personally. Thank you so much, Comrade Charles. Comrade Becky, Sweden, I don't know if you're ready to speak now.
Thank you so much, Hadija. Thank you, David, for everything. This is Rebecca.
Yes, but your volume is too low.
Let me try to. Yeah, thank you so much, Hadija. Thank you, David, for this session. My name is Rebecca Yatuatalisenza, Treasurer, Sweden chapter. No. Yeah, I just wanted to say that most of the things I've been following since yesterday morning, I just think it's propaganda. Bana abantu bagala kutujja ku mulamwa. Guys, tulemereko. Lwaki bakwata Lumbuye? Bakwata Lumbuye kubanga bamanyi nti ali ku kituufu. And for another thing, just to okulaga kino kyonna nti kwetuli tulemeddeko. Please, will you take a profile picture? Yeah, change the profile picture. Put on Lumbuye. Go to your page. Put there. If you get anything concerning Lumbuye, put it there. You know, let's make the thing intense. And with my chapter, you guys, let's push. And the Twitter warriors, please be there, because we are there. Let's do this. We know that we can. And don't forget to check on each other, guys. Bana abasajja batuteekamu abantu. Don't forget to check on each other. Give a call, send a message, say hi. Kuba batutya. Don't think nti bo batutya tuleme batya. This is just propaganda. Nyonyichi, who books on someone on this on the other flight, please come on. Tulimu data system, flights, bintu bya nyonyi, bintu bya abazungu, bintu bikolagana, bagala tujja kumulamwa. Guys, tulemereko, kyetuliko kyekituufu. Bagala tujja kumulamwa naye tulemereko. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being there for Lumbuye. And please, let's continue to demand for him. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Comrade Becky. Yes, as she said, Tulemereko, the Twitter warriors, please keep on tweeting and retweeting. Those ones who can send emails, send as much emails as you can to different human rights organizations all over. each organization you can reach out to. Please email your embassies in your countries, tell them what is happening so that, I mean, Turkish embassies in your respective countries so that we let them know what is happening to our comrade. Thank you so much. So I'll give, there is Comrade Nicholas Mugisha. Please unmute yourself. Yes, Comrade Nicholas, are you there?
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
hello. Yes, please.
Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me very well?
Yes, sir. We do hear you.
Okay, so thank you very much for this opportunity to speak on this platform. I want to start by applauding every one of you guys who, you know, has the courage to see something very bad like what happened to Comrade Lumbuye, and then you have the courage to come out and speak against it. I want to applaud every single person for doing that. And then my next comment on this subject is the government, the junta is trying to send a message. Now, this message, I believe, is that they're trying to send a message to everybody, wherever you are, that if you speak against this regime, we are coming to get you, all right? So I want to implore the UN, I want to implore all these countries that signed up to all these UN agreements to protect people who feel threatened, to protect the people in Uganda or everyone that flees this country for fear, for whoever flees the country because they feel insecure, because we don't know right now if Comrade Lumbuye is given to the government of Uganda. We don't know what's going to happen to him. We have seen a lot of stories happening in Uganda prisons. There is a lot of torture. Some people are, you know, so all those bad things. So I want to continue imploring all these countries which receive Ugandan asylum seekers to please do what they can do to help and protect these people who fear for their life, like Comrade Lumbuye, like everybody that is out of Uganda in the diaspora, but having fled this country due to these very brutal regimes. Yeah, I think that's my message, and I made my point. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I yield the time back.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nicholas Mugisha. I think your point is really clear. I'll give a chance to Comrade Luke to a CJ. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Comrade.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Luke CJ from Uganda. And right now I'm in Toro district where I'm working. I want to really thank you for this opportunity. This is my first time to be in this kind of engagement. And I will not differ from what colleagues have already said, but what we need to do going forward is to really exert a lot of pressure on the Turkish leadership. Whoever is out there in the diaspora, please make sure we organize and demonstrate around all Turkish embassies, because if we don't put them under pressure, we may not know where our colleague is. And for me, I'm even worried. Let's pray that our colleague Lumbuye is still alive wherever he is, because we haven't heard from him. We haven't heard anyone from maybe who has seen him or heard from him, and it worries all of us. So guys, let's storm these embassies wherever they are. Let's go and demonstrate. Let's carry prayer cards everywhere you are. Please do that. Make sure you also engage. We all engage on social media. If you have Twitter, please go to Instagram, go to Facebook, go to every other social media network or platform, and be able to really make noise about our colleague, because his life, his safety matters. It is paramount to all of us. So that's what I can share for now. I want to say, guys, Thank you for the good work we are doing. We are also here not seated, we are fighting hard, but of course, you know, the environment, some of us are being trailed, but I have said to our Rumbanaro, we have to make it until we are in a new Uganda that we all desire to be. So guys, those of you who are on the ground in Turkey, we need to hear from you. What is happening? What is happening? What are you doing? Where is
Yes,
our
as you're
colleague?
winding up, Comrade Duru.
Thank you so much. That's what I can share. Let's soldier on. I will continue. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Comrade. Thank you. I'll give a chance to Comrade Michael Kirkpatrick. Please unmute yourself.
Aha. The mouth is unmuted. You've all been warned. We need to make sure that this case is important. It's not the first time. There needs to be solidarity with others who are going through this because it will benefit our comrade. There is a case now that has gotten great international attention all over the world. And it's the case of Paul Rusesabagina in Rwanda. He was the subject of the movie Hotel Rwanda. He was the man who helped save hundreds and hundreds of lives during the slaughter in 1994. He was hailed as a hero. He was made a star and a voice for the oppressed and for those who have been subjected to horrible, horrible treatment. Here in America, he was given the Presidential Medal of Freedom by the president of the country, by President George Bush. As time passed, he became a critic of the regime in Rwanda. And in August of 2020, Paul Kagame and his henchmen decided they needed to silence him. So they had a well-planned, coordinated effort, just like in this case, to kidnap a freedom fighter and a truth teller and take him back to Rwanda and to torture him, to put him illegally in prison, and to put him on trial, a show trial, a false show trial. And it is a horrible case, but it has gotten the attention of international media. So there's an opportunity in this case to learn from what they have been able to accomplish. So if you follow that case, if you Google it, you will see the international, whether it's CNN, Al Jazeera, BBC, you will find who they've spoken to, who they've hosted, who to contact. We can't just contact monolithic media outlets. We have to contact individuals, real people, producers, journalists, people behind the scenes, real people who can take action. Just sending something anonymously to the BBC will get lost because they're getting requests all the time. But this is a precedent that must be stopped immediately, because if world governments, and this, we're not just talking about dictators, even in America, if somebody speaks out against America and America goes out and kidnaps somebody who they don't like what they're saying, this is going to lead to, it's a horrible precedent for democracy in the world if this is allowed to go on unpunished. It must be stopped. And we must get the attention, because if Kagame and Museveni can get away with this, somebody else will decide to do it. And then somebody else will decide to do it. And then your loved ones will be next. My loved ones will be next. I will be next. You will be next. We have to learn from others who have gone through this and who have blazed a trail for us to learn from and for us to take advantage of. So I encourage you all in your research while you are protesting and while you are trying to gain the freedom of our comrade, learn from those who have done some great work before us. So please Google the case of Paul Rusesabagina and learn what they have done so that we don't have to reinvent the wheel and we can utilize those things that they have been able to accomplish, and our comrade will be set free.
Yes, as you're winding up, Comrade Michael. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. We definitely needed that information. We can use a bit of that knowledge and whatever the procedure they use to get all that attention, we can also use it to help our comrade brother. Thank you so much. I would like to ask those that have been that have talked to us already to please put down your hands so that I get to know who has finished and who has not. Some people have kept their hands up. Thank you very much. Please, African lady, kindly unmute yourself.
Yes, thanks you, Madam Moderator. Yeah, plus all the comrades who are on the platform right now, plus all the listeners watching on us now. Yeah, by names I'm Nanzala Monica. Right now I'm in Saudi Arabia. I'm really heartbroken, and I have felt what to do. Because what Museveni is doing to us, like the people who are outside the country, we are now stressed because any time which happened to our friend Fred Lumbuye, soon will happen to me. Already as I talk, yesterday I was in a group of from our district and from Namsindwa, but as I was expressing my intentions on our brother Lumbuye, some members told me, you are also soon to be hooked, like you are idiot. So where I am, I'm also scared just because of this man, 70. But what I could try to raise is, yeah, the other time I saw Honorable Zake saying that he's going to Turkey. But these rumors just going around, we are just in, what can I say, what can I talk it? Mr. Honorable MP Zake is in Turkey, but we haven't heard of him. Since he went, there is no update he's giving us. So that is the person who could at least reach the police, reach the embassy, and express what we are going to do. He's the one to face Lumbuye direct, not just, now we are just hearing rumors as if we don't have people there. I know there are some comrades there in Turkey, like the Pato and others, but I know these are small bodies. But Zake is a big body. At least let him just go direct to the police, to the embassy. At least let them show him where Lumbuye is. If it is a prison, let them show him. Because we are tired of rumors. We are going. Everybody is bringing his or her own. He's dead. He's deported. He's what? Now we are confused. But what we can also do, we put him in prayers. That is all my issue. Thanks a lot, comrades. Thanks for listening and watching.
Thank you so much, Comrade African lady. Yeah, I agree with you, but I'm very sure that Honorable Zaki and the other team concerned, they'll give us the update at the right time. They're doing whatever they can. So they'll definitely give us what is up anytime. So let's be patient with them because they cannot just give us anything because we need information from them. So let's give them time. We know they're doing their best with the lawyers and everyone concerned. They will definitely be communicating. The reason why he went there is to be on ground and help the team that is already there. So we are sure he'll give us an update anytime. Thank you very much. Honorable Francis Kasvante, can you unmute yourself, please? Sorry, Honorable Comrade. I'm used to talking to honorables, so sorry. Please unmute yourself.
Trying to do so.
Yes. You keep on muting yourself again.
Do you hear me now?
Yes, I do.
Thank you very much for having given me this opportunity. Let me be brief because a lot of people are interested in talking. I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, that Lumbuye has done its best. Let us try to emulate the example Lumbuye has done. Some of us have been talking to Lumbuye, though not on a daily basis, but he had been contacted on a number of occasions to keep silent. But because of the love for his country, Lumbuye refused. I know a number of us have been contacted, even me myself, our president, Chagulanyi, and also Dr. Rina, to mention but 3 examples, we have refused to give in. So that is my humble request to all Ugandans. If you want to claim back for our country, not to go in the hands of the refugees from Rwanda, we have to fight and nail to make sure that we refuse any sort of bribes. To sum up, you've seen people who have accepted Museveni's money, the likes of Kiribati Kenya, the likes of Sekandi, Kadaga, to mention but 3 examples. Do they have respect in Uganda, in the community? So that is food for thought. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're so much welcome, Comrade Francis. Thank you so much. I'd like to give a chance to iPhone Harriet. Madam, please unmute yourself. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Madam. I have a couple of questions and
Please kindly tell us your name and where you're based.
My name is Harriet. I'm based in Denmark. I have a couple of questions according to puzzles that are missing in Lumbuye's disappearing. First of all, I personally assume that Lumbuye was a refugee in Turkey. 2, we've heard that Lumbuye's passport had expired, or if not, he has no passport. So if they had to make him travel or deport him, they had to have a document for him to travel. Who really permitted or who gave him that document, whether a passport or a travel document? 2, if that ticket was booked, which credit card or card they used to pay for that ticket? 3, if Lumbuye himself had seen that he's been followed, I think the best thing I would do is to keep myself around people instead of isolating myself. That could be a mistake that he made that we should learn from. I don't think it's best to isolate yourself when you've noticed that these people are going after you. The best thing is to keep yourself surrounded with a lot of people, or he would have himself reported immediately to the police, hand himself over to the police of Turkey so that he would get protected because he wouldn't be picked up. The other thing I think about is that the gentleman talked about these flights, whatever, that booked him in. I also support that we should get hold of them to tell us the passport number or document number, whatever number that they use to deport Lumbuye, if he's really deported. And if he's a refugee, then we need to go to the refugee camp or where he registered as a refugee and ask them, because either Red Cross or anything should be by now aware or know that something is missing. The people in Turkey, I personally have tried to call the Turkish embassy here in Denmark, and they promised to call back, but they haven't called back. They said they'll give information as soon as they find something. I've also contacted their Facebook, the Turkish Facebook. I wrote something and we hope that this won't be another Khashoggi. I wrote it, put it on their Facebook. So we should all try. But another thing that really hurts me is that the time that the right thing was supposed to do, that we should have acted, people didn't act. That's why we are going into a deeper hole, deeper and deeper. People, we keep on talking and talking, but we are acting less. Now people are being told to stay home, they stay home. That time they were told to stay home for a couple of days, they didn't stay home, but they've been locked in and they've not been working, despite the fact that they were afraid of how can we stay home, how can we get food if we are being locked in. But where are they now? They've been locked in. That's the problem, that we are not cooperative and we are not working together.
As you're winding, Madam Harriet, please.
Yeah, I have no more to say. That's what I had at my mind, and I really thank you people for listening.
Thank you so much. As you said, you have questions. We shall put them, because you are not the right people to answer those questions. But as they've said, they are put to our question bank, and they'll be answered definitely. We cannot know whether Lumbuye was an asylum seeker or not, so we cannot certify ourselves. And people, we shall ask people on ground to really get in touch with the airlines and to confirm whether they had actually checked in and take relevant action if that is true. Thank you so much. I'd like to give Honorable Mungu Brian from Gulu West. Please unmute yourself, sir.
Okay. Well, thank you, Comrade David. Thank you, everyone. My name's Honorable Mungu Brian. I ran for Gulu West MP loop ticket. My election was rigged, but then I have a message. Let everyone know that Comrade Lumbuye never did anything, and whoever says he did what then has not followed Lumbuye critically well. The only point here is Lumbuye was the only person opening the eyes of Ugandans, speaking out things which are happening in real life, which Museveni and his pigs did not want Ugandans to know. That is exactly what Lumbuye was telling people. Now, if they say Lumbuye has committed a crime, what is on the charge sheet to charge him? What is there for them to incriminate him for whatever he did? Lumbuye, I know, just like many of us, I'm going to give you this example. The time of elections, the time of campaigns, most of our MPs, me inclusive, from Gulu West, I was approached and given 200 million, a vehicle of 150 plus, but for the love of the struggle, we rejected that one. And once you reject that one, they will have to plan something else on you. Like me, ever since the time of election, I had to flee Uganda. I have not seen my family ever since the time of elections. Now, this is for the love of the struggle. I am right now in exile. I am in hiding, just like that. But I will also tell you people, I've seen in this platform, in this Zoom, there is someone who has written, there is some pig called SFC here in this platform. Well, gentlemen, I have a message for you. Go and tell that Museveni that he cannot and he will never stop an idea whose time has come. We are this new generation. We are the generation and we are not afraid of him. It is our time to fight. We are not like our parents whom he played with, you know, just as easy as it was for him to do that. We are in a different generation and it is our time. And we are not afraid of Museveni. Whatever they are doing to Lumbuye is just to pose a big threat on us to always keep quiet on the wrong things that we see happening. And let me tell you people, the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men like you and I to remain quiet on a situation of injustice. So we cannot afford to keep quiet on anything. And let me tell you people this. I think it is time to start holding these people accountable at a regional level. Like that pig who came out on TV and started saying, Lumbuye has done what? That one we shall handle him at a regional level. I am from Northern Uganda and he's from my region. When the time is right, we shall handle him and all of them will account for their sheep individually. That is all that I have to say. Let us stay strong, let us keep on, and let us just never be intimidated. It is the time, and the time is now. We need to fight for what is right. We need to fight for what is ours. We cannot now, just keep quiet on what we see is going wrong. We cannot again pass on this trauma, this bullshit to our children again. Our parents left for us these things. We cannot leave again this to our children. That is my submission. Let us stay strong and we fight and move on. My purpose of fleeing Uganda was to stay alive. I want to stay alive and again wait to fight for the revolution. That's why I escaped. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Mungu. I know we are all very angry, but let's try to mind our language here. Let's try to mind the words we use. Thank you so much. People expressing their views on the chat. We see them. I shall read some of your views later. I'd like to give a chance to people who have their cameras on. There's a lady called Aisa Namara. Please kindly.
I think you've been muted. Please unmute yourself. Hello, Comrade Hadija, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
Comrade Haisa. Okay, as you're getting ready, there is the rebellion, comrade. I know I asked your name. Please unmute yourself. Comrade? The rebellion, please. Your hand was up. And
The rebellion, you've been unmuted. Please speak because you've been given the chance to speak. Try speaking. Hello, can you hear us? Yeah, do you want to speak?
Please speak.
Carry on then.
I do not hear you. Okay, I think we should give him time to set himself up.
Comrade Hadija, could we invite James, William, and Change Uganda, please? They've not got their cameras on, but they would like to contribute.
Kindly, can you meet them, David, because I can't see them.
James Williams?
Hello. I hope you can hear me. Hello,
Yes,
you hear me?
we do hear you, James.
Oh, thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Americans. Of course, I'm in America, but good day to all of you. Yes, we have to soldier on. We are in a battle, and the battle cannot be won in one day. Put on the shield, put on the shield, put on the bracelet. Many of us will fall. Me who is speaking this morning, I was listening to voices, and I have the voices from Kampala. They are saying we must win the UNA elections in America. And I'm quoting Todd Wong and I'm quoting Tikasimire Barnabas. I have their voices, I have their videos. Can anyone think about why these guys must win this election in America? But that's not the issue. On the link, I have thrown in something, file a complaint against this non-profit that has turned political. I don't care whether people power us are pushing it politically, but of course that's what has been put there. But we want the American government to know that a non-profit organization is abusing the rights of being a non-profit organization and has turned political. All these dangers we are talking about, these guys are systematically doing these things. So I'm going to request, they have the army, they have whatever they have, but we have the brains. When I saw that this morning, I'm already in. I've filed the first petition, the Attorney General in Massachusetts, and I'm requesting any of you, because money comes from Uganda, so any of you who can file a petition, I've shared the link on the wall, use it. But as far as I'm concerned, there's something that Dr. Lina and others have echoed. Can we have coordinated information? Some of us are getting information overload. We are all anxious. We want to know the right information. But when the information is just too much, we get confused. I don't know how we can get hold of whoever maybe thinks is speaking for people power. Let's have coordinated information. There's information overload that we can't now know. This is done on purpose because they want to throw us into confusion. That's why they call them, when soldiers are moving and there's a surprise attack, I don't know what the language they use, they throw you into panic. But regrouping is something that we must do, fight on, put on the bracelet. The tide is strong, they can't win it. The tide is strong, they can't win it. The more anger we are generating, the nearer we are coming to the end. Poverty is the mother of revolutions. All of us are now into destitution because of COVID-19, and the revolution is ripe. Thank you. I'm at work. I can't speak more than that. Thank you so much. Alutra continue, comrades. People power.
More power. Thank you so much, Comrade James Williams. We appreciate. I'll give a chance to Comrade Kamia Ben. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, hello.
Yes, please.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, Comrade.
Yeah, I'm calling from Kampala, Chadondo East. Hello.
Yes, please, we can hear you, Comrade. Go ahead. And
Yeah. Thank you, Hadija. Allow me to use Luganda. Is it? Am I free to use Luganda?
Feel free to use any Ugandan language.
Okay, thank you. Kakati nze okwange kulabula abantu naddala bannayuganda abasinga nti tugoberera ebintu bingi ku social media, tuseekinga information nyingi nnyo. Olunaku olwaleero baatugambye nti Lumbuye agenda kujja. Ngenze ku YouTube nensanga ku Keke, that platform, already gamba Lumbuye atuuse mu Uganda. Naye nga following eriko abantu nga bangi nnyo nga bawuliriza information eyo. So nze kyenjagala okuadvisinga bannayuganda nti tumanye biki bye tulina okuwuliriza. Bwe tunaasalawo okuwuliriza buli kimu, we are going to become confused. So kye mbasaba bannange tugezeeko okufuna information ku reliable source. Yengeri yokka gye tugenda okulwana ne propaganda wa regime. So thank you, Adija.
I think Hadija stepped out. Thank you so much for your contribution. You're absolutely right. We need to look out for credible information and not just follow anything that's out there. So you're absolutely right. That was what one of our comrades said. So those of you who haven't got your cameras on, much as we'd love you to have cameras, we're aware that you'd love to speak. Unfortunately, Zoom seems to prioritize people with cameras, so we don't know who's put their hands up first, and it prioritizes those with cameras. But I'm going to give Change Uganda the chance to speak. So Change Uganda, please, can you unmute yourself? Actually, I don't think you've got your audio connected. Change Uganda, please connect your audio and we'll give you the chance to speak, because right now we can't unmute you. Joe, you've got your hand up. Would you like to say something?
Hello, do you hear me?
Hi, Joe. Welcome to Speak Up Uganda is Bleeding. Please introduce yourself and tell us where you're calling from and share with us what's on your mind. Over to you.
Oh, thank you, David. My name is Joe Walkas. I'm calling from Sweden. I'm glad to join you today. We are dealing with a rogue state that has plays lots of tricks to intimidate and to hold us in perpetual fear. So right now we have our friend Lumbuye who is being held. There's a lot of uncertainty. We have very scanty information, as a matter of fact. What are the facts? Why was he arrested? What do we know at this moment? Where is he being held? There is a lot of uncertainty. However, I think we need to be careful when passing judgments, but this shouldn't deter us from fighting on Twitter, contacting different embassies, keeping up the pressure so that, Lumbuye is not deported to Uganda, because we know what is likely to happen. He is likely to be tortured, is likely to be persecuted, probably even killed. So I think let's do everything we can within our power to keep up the pressure. We could also adopt things like boycotting Turkish businesses, for example, Turkish Airlines, which is quite popular and I think used by lots of Ugandans. That is probably something that could send a message. Also important is to work in a coordinated way. I don't know the position of NUP. We need to really work in a coordinated way in the fight to save Lumbuye from being deported to Uganda. So let's keep the fight, let's keep the pressure. Even if he's returned to Uganda, I think the focus should be on Lumbuye so that no harm is visited on him. Let's keep the pressure, let's keep fighting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joe. I'm going to ask Change Uganda and then I'll hand back to Hadija, who had a minor interruption earlier. Change Uganda, please, can you unmute yourself?
Oh, thank you so much, David. Very much appreciated this effort. And if ever we doubted the role that Uganda is contributing to this struggle as a platform, I think evidently today proves the purpose of opportunities such as this, where we are able to exchange ideas and also highlight a few dangers in the path that we are traveling. I hear several people coming and highlighting that this coordination that is within the camps. I think that is really overstated. And why would I think so? Because in the last couple of months, we've gone advancedly so much ahead to coordinate. We've created different groups for the different NUP chapters within Uganda. We have Northeast, South, Central chapters. Apart from that, we have regrouped and synchronized our online broadcasting. Just like this broadcast right now is going through over 37 Facebook Live pages. We have already created over 10 radios where we are interjecting music programs that are lively running with programs of political discussion about this struggle. So we are not discoordinated. Let me re-emphasize. The way we are dealing with the matters is the strength by which we have had so far that has disabled Museveni's government to destroy this struggle as he has previously done to others. We are much more, we are strong individuals. Personally, I operate as a loner and so did Lumbuye. We have so many loners who operate and come for congregation if need be. So let us stay focused. One thing that we must be looking out for is if you're going to circulate information, what is your source? How credible is it? Because what has happened, and in my analysis, is the government has planted missing information of Lumbuye's name on flight manifestos so that it can be circulated. Unfortunately, it landed in credible hands of Honorable Nkunyinji. So we thought he was on the Turkish airline, he was on the Rwandese airline, and he was on Emirates. This is purposely intended because let me tell you guys, since 911 events, it is so complicated if you're not on the flight to know who is on the flight. In fact, even if you're on the flight, it would be so complicated to access the manifest of the flight. How would they tell Honorable Nkunyinji who is on the flight if Nkunyinji is not flying? Do you want to blow up the plane? You would need a special security clearance to access such information. So let us be alert and aware, and we will move more coordinated if we know the source of the information and how possible that information is to access us. Let us continue to demand for proof of life. It has been over 72 hours and we are now within our rights. And even the COI government of Turkey, which has been dodging us round and about, is now obligated to show us live the proof of life of Comrade Lumbuye. So when we go to Twitter, we need to start tweeting for proof of life. And by the way, we need to start tweeting in Turkish. We've already learned from colleagues in Turkey, they predominantly speak Turkish, and so are the posters and the labels on products. So many people in Turkey, the locals, don't understand what we are arguing about and what we are posting. But if we start going to Google Translate, type your message in English, translate it into Turkish, and then paste it in a tweet. I have posted a link to the Facebook of the Turkish president, and so far we've put there over 3,000 messages, and mostly now in Turkish. So if you click on that link, you go on the Turkish president's Facebook page, they put their message and we took it over. They've got massive response. So if we continue to do this strategically, we will get them to speak, because so far, the only reason we know that the Turkish people have Lumbuye is because Uganda government has told us. It's not the Turkish government, and that's not okay. Anyway, don't be worried. Turkey is still out of Europe just because of things like this. They've not been admitted because their freedoms are not exactly freedoms. And you remember in the very recent, there was a protest in Turkey where the armies ran and left tanks and guns by the street. So the Turkish government is very, very conscious and very wary of protests. So Ugandans in Turkey cannot congregate and protest as we do in London and US. So let us not accuse our brothers in Turkey for being unable to do anything. They are just in a situation where they can't do anything.
As
Turkey
you wind up,
like
comrade.
Uganda. So as I wind up, I just need to appeal to you to continue tweeting about Lumbuye's cause. He's not yet in Uganda, I think, and the message, why I will say so, is because we've been fed wrong message intentionally, so we can circulate it and sanitize and action. The minute we believe that they can bring him on plane, they will do it. So let us not circulate that message where they say he's on this plane. It is literally impossible to know who is on the flight. So the efforts of everyone, like the Minister of Muwonge Nkunyinji, are very good, and they show that we have a very authentic government in waiting. Let us continue to be focused, and let us not be wary of our disconnected efforts is our strength. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, comrade. I agree with you. Those who can type some information and translate it in Turkish, please do, and also verify the sources of information before you spread the message to other people, because people are about to get heartbreaks and I mean attacks because of that different unjustified and verified information that is moving around. Thank you so much, comrade. I'll give a chance to comrade Stella Nakato. Please unmute yourself.
Good evening, everyone. Good morning, Australia. Good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Stella Nakato. One, I'll just say the government of Uganda is creating fear. With all this happening, they are creating fear in us. We just need to stay stronger. Yes, the fear is done. They've created it. We just need to stay stronger. 2, Lumbuye is a comrade and he's a member of NUP party. We need the spokesperson to come and give any formal information. Any formal information. We are tired of getting this, that. People are listening to everything. People are watching YouTube. Remember, those people on YouTube, they are just making money. When you're desperate, you can do anything. So Ugandans are desperate. That's why they can go listen. KK always gets information from third party. Most of his information is wrong. But because they are desperate, they don't know anything. We don't know what's going on. We haven't had any NUP coordinator from Turkey saying anything. If he did, I missed that. Another thing I would say, I want to call upon all Ugandans. Lumbuye's matter is not a people power matter. Lumbuye's issue is not about NUP. Lumbuye's cry is for all Ugandans. If you're a Ugandan and you invest something in Uganda, you're under Lumbuye. If you do any business in Uganda, Lumbuye has touched your heart. If you have your parents in Uganda, if you have family members, if you have anything in Uganda, Lumbuye is one of you because he's been saying things and things have been happening. That's why we are pretty sure they wanted him. It's not about NUP. Ugandans, stop being, I don't know, over to ever senor. If you're doing well, if you're being paid by the government, well, thank you so much, but time will come. What Lumbuye has been doing is teaching Ugandans, is opening Ugandans' eyes to see things differently. Please, Ugandans, let us stand up. Tulekerawo okwebaka embera y'otulo tugiveemu. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Comrade Nakato. Your message was loud and clear. Ugandans, mulekerawo okwebaka. So we shall give a chance for a few more people before we close. It's already past time. There is Comrade Falcon Hank. Your hand has been up for quite a long time. Please unmute yourself. Falcon.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Actually, what I wanted to talk about is
Kindly introduce yourself and tell us where you are. Sorry.
Okay. I'm Falcon Hank. I'm in Thailand.
Okay.
And I just have a question. Like, okay, people are talking whatever they are talking, but like me as a person and others there, we want to know, has anyone by any chance seen Mr. Lumbuye? Like, that is my question. I'm just raising a question. Has anyone by any chance seen him and can confirm that Lumbuye is here or there? Maybe I saw him, like something like that. I just have a question only. Thank you.
Comrade, I think we are not in the right place to answer that because we definitely also don't know if we had that information, we would have already told you. But as we said, like those questions are going to the right people and they'll give us an update at the right time. I'll give a chance to Comrade Jaffa Makanga. Yes, we've been looking. Please unmute yourself and introduce yourself to us and tell us what you have to tell us.
Yes, thank you very much, the host and all the comrades on the panel. By the names of Makanga Jaffa, and I'm from Japan right now. I always love it when I address myself as Makanga Jaffa of Uganda. So it's quite a challenging period, challenging time right now that we are discussing the missing of our comrade, a brother that I've known for over 3 years now. We've worked together. We were together on the same platform of Echoto, and we've always been in touch till almost, maybe I last talked to him officially last month. So when I came up to the news of his disappearance, the alleged, that a lot of attributions were made, that it's alleged that he was kidnapped, then arrested, and whatever, detained, things that I cannot give verification about, besides the fact that he is missing. There is a comrade that talked about false information, and all that I can gather from whatever I'm getting is false information. But I think if we are to go by this, if we want to rectify it, we need to first establish the genesis of this false information. When you look at the first information that came up, that he's gone missing, he was kidnapped, attributed to mafias, then later on to the police, local police, involving a certain Ugandan that were forming. There are so many theories that have come up as regards the disappearance of our comrade. And it's upon this that it will be very difficult for us to establish and also to take on the right measures. If we are to come up with the legal measures to find out the whereabouts of our comrade, we need to first establish the fact. It's quite challenging that most of our comrades are being motivated by money, the money factor. People are trying to do whatever it takes to make their social media accounts move, get a lot of followers, YouTube accounts. If you come up with a statement that now you've got updates on lumbuye, of course, people will come up and follow the video, irrespective of what you're giving us. It has been the information that is coming out, besides the government taking advantage of it, the advantage they took is that they realized that people are reacting emotionally without logic. So that alone has discredited us, and everyone that is getting our information is not taking us serious. It is quite something that is got a very negative impact on our image globally. Despite the fact that we had taken over the control over social media, we are now moving in a reverse or a negative direction. So I wish we could stick to the fact that we don't know his whereabouts. Because from the beginning—
Honorable Jeff, being the coordinator of the Japan chapter.
Yes.
I would like to ask if we, since the Commonwealth Games Olympics Games are taking place in the new country, do you think we have a chance of you demonstrating like we've always been doing when we have a bigger event in a country and we show our dissatisfaction to the guests of the country? Do you think there's a possibility of having a demonstration held during this time?
One, we've got a challenge that ever since the commencement of the Olympics Games, there has been reports of increment on an increase in the spread of the virus, especially in Tokyo, where the events are taking place. So it will be very difficult for us to gather and stage up a demonstration. And again, for any demonstration to take place in Japan, we are required to have a 3 days working days notification. So if you do not do that, it will be very difficult for us to secure a chance to protest. But like we say, even if it takes one person to have a placard, it will be very difficult. It could be done maybe somewhere else. I'm trying to look into this, but it is already past midnight here. By the time this information came in on my phone, I couldn't raise anyone. People are already asleep. I'll try to look into those ones that are around Tokyo there to see if one can do it for us and hold that placard of Free Lumbuye. We shall try that. However, I still recommend that we refrain from the spread of propaganda because it has cost us a lot. And it is from here that we have to get a lesson that propaganda at times can work against you. Right now, we don't know really what transpired, what brought about the missing of our brother, because all what we have are allegations. We could be saying the government is doing this, and the government is also playing on our emotions by coming out and giving us information that some of us can also prove wrong. Because if they told us that Lumbuye was, first they told us that Lumbuye was illegally in Turkey, living in Turkey, he had no visa. Then someone comes up and tells you that he was booked on Emirates. All of us who have been outside here know that Emirates does not allow travelers that have overstayed in any country. So if someone tells you that, then you must establish that this is a lie. It's a bluff. But we fail.
As you're winding up, please.
Yeah, we fail due to our emotions that we attach to the man that is missing. We pray, we still pray. As I wind up, I pray that the Lord, the living Lord, would guide and protect our brother and guide us as well to salvation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Comrade Jaffa. David, I don't know if we have more time to take in more views from comrades, or it's a time up.
Could we just have one more submission? We've got a few tweets we'd like to send, and I just want to apologize to anyone who is not going to have the chance to speak. Like we've said, we try and coordinate our broadcasts with a whole host of other platforms, so we try and keep it to 2 hours so that we're not hogging the airtime. And it just means other people can go and provide additional information. So we don't want to take too much of your time, but we'll have one more speaker do the tweets and then we'll call it a day. Thank you so much, Comrade Hadija.
Okay, I'll give the last chance to Comrade Changes iPhone. Kind of unmute yourself. Changes iPhone. If you're not there, we give someone else a chance. Okay, I'll invite Comrade Susie Nelan. Please unmute yourself. Susie, are you there?
Having people, we have to storage you off. Having people.
Comrade Susie.
Yeah.
Yes,
can you
please.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. Ngenda kwesa Buganda. Nze Susie. Mbera mu USA. Kati nze suggesting about Lumbuye. Like, how about nga tugenze wabeera ne tufuna basics, like, because manyi waliwo cameras, because that's a developed country. So that's my suggestion. Sijayogera bingi.
Cameras to do what? To see who arrested him? Kidnapping batya?
Yeah, okufuna evidence, okulaba like baani abazize ne bamu, like ani gwe yasembeyo yogera naye.
Okay, comrade, your view is taken. I'm sure ekikwatako bawulidde, and probably if need be, they will go back and check out those cameras and see if they can get some footage on camera, and it can give them some more information about that of our comrade. Yes, David, back to you, please.
Thank you so much, Hadija, and thank you so much for moderating this second hour of the protest, hour and a bit. Always good to have participants and contributors from right across the chapters supporting us in this protest. I just want to thank all those of you who've taken the time to join us this Saturday. We're here every Saturday from 2 to 4 UK time, which is 4 to 6 Uganda time, 3 to 5 European time, and I believe it's 9 to 11 New York time, if I'm not mistaken, but comrades in the US might be able to confirm. We have a few tweets that would like you to go. I mean, some of the key things. So there's a lot here. Sometimes we come here, we talk about the situation in Uganda, and it might not feel like we've done much to change the regime, but the regime is the overall objective. There are key things that we like to, that we learn and things that we pick up, and a lot of our activity might feel like it's mainly driven online. So there's been a lot of talk about getting involved in tweeting and keeping those messages going. I've seen requests for emails of the Turkish embassies so that we can send them letters. Anything that you can do, those of you who can draft letters, please, let's just keep sending those messages out. Physical, visual protests where you are, if you can, please get involved in those. And very shortly, we shall be sharing a few of the tweets on Stand Up Uganda. And also, Joe talked about getting involved in some kind of boycott. I think he was talking about Turkish Airlines, and that's a very important point. What we need to realize is that you, as an individual, have the opportunity to make up your mind about what you want to do. That helps clear your conscience. As it stands, Turkey is complicit in the abduction of our comrade Lumbuye. So until it clears itself of that position, we consider them to be not friends, but people who are against the struggle in Uganda. And so for those of you who are friends of Uganda, Ugandans living in the diaspora, it only is a matter of what do you think you're doing by supporting Turkish businesses. So if Turkish Airlines, if you're traveling back, you have a choice. We would say boycott Turkey. Anything Turkish for now, until they intervene in this case with Fred Lumbuye, they stop his extradition or secure his release. Turkey, as far as we're concerned, is complicit in the abduction of our comrades, and they're fighting against the struggle that we've launched. We know it's a militarily strong player. They've got their hands all over the place, including North Africa, and they would like to gain a foothold in East Africa. And Uganda is being sold as the place where Turkey can expand its tentacles economically. So those of us who are in Uganda, you have choices. You have buying, spending choices that you can make. Products and apparel that is manufactured in Turkey, you yourself can decide not to purchase Turkish-made apparel because you are supporting a regime that is in bed with the dictator. It's a bit like in South Africa, the boycott of the apartheid-led businesses. Anyone who felt socially, consciously, and morally attached to the struggle decided not to support South African apartheid-produced products. It's the same in Palestine and Israel. Those who feel and stand with Palestine don't support Israel products, they boycott them. So the question is to you, Ugandans who are in Uganda and in the diaspora, what are you going to do as your individual stand against Turkey until they come up to a point where they secure the release of Fred or they clear their names of being complicit in the abduction of our comrade. So I am 100% behind boycott Turkey, and I would suggest that each and every one of you makes a conscious decision about where you spend your money. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to go on to the tweets that we have for this afternoon. So first thing I'd ask is, if you're here and you're following us on the different channels, please could you head over to Twitter and look for our account at Stand Up Uganda. So our Twitter handle is at Stand Up Uganda, and I'll share the screen very shortly and we'll show you the tweets that we want. So at Stand Up Uganda is a Twitter handle. That is the Twitter handle that we use for this protest. And we've got a number of tweets that would like you to retweet. So please head over to Stand Up Uganda on Twitter. And now I'm just going to share with you our screen so that we can show you some of the tweets that we would like you to get sharing. So hopefully you're now logged into at Stand Up Uganda. Here we go. So I'm going to share my screen and take you through some of the tweets that would like you to retweet. Okay, we've got quite a few of you. We've got over 100 of you on Zoom, and we've got quite a few hundred following us on the different channels. At Stand Up Uganda, you should see a red profile picture, and the first tweet that would like you to send out is this tweet with a picture of Comrade Fred Lumbuye, and it goes, "We demand for the immediate release of Lumbuye Fred, who was abducted in Turkey on 3rd August 2021. We've got a number of handles, including the Turkish presidency, to release him immediately. The security in Turkey is questionable. How do Ugandans interfere with the Turkish system?" So we've got a hashtag there, Free Lumbuye and Stop Crimes Against Humanity. So good to see you guys tweeting on that. Please go in, retweet, quote, and you can like that tweet, add to whatever you want to say, and let's get that conversation amplified. Thank you so much for all those of you who are participating in this. Okay, the second one we have is Uganda is bleeding, which is this one. This is going directly to Erdogan. So we've tagged Erdogan, the Turkish presidency, and we've got a number of African reporters. So Andrew W.J. Harding of the BBC, Penny from ITV UK, Haru Mutasa of Al Jazeera, Larry Maudowo, who is the African correspondent for CNN Turkey, CNN Africa, and BBC News. We need to get this information on the news. So let's go in and retweet this tweet. So it says at RT Erdogan, at TR Presidency, which are the Turkish handles for the presidency and Erdogan, we urge you to intervene and secure the release of Fred Lumbuye, or face a nationwide boycott Turkey campaign. Free Fred Lumbuye. Uganda is bleeding. And of course, we've used the Turkey is on fire hashtag, because those of you who have been following will know that Turkey is currently on fire due to a combination of reasons, including the hot weather they've faced and suspected arson. So we're just attaching the hashtag to the tweet that we're sending out. Okay, can we just check and see who's messing around with the share screen? Right, okay, the next one we've got, so just ignore the scribbles on the screen, people who have nothing else to do. But okay, the next one we've got is human rights defenders, please intervene and stop crimes against humanity in Uganda. That's Museveni's mafia state is abducting, torturing, and murdering Ugandans. The regime is now globally abducting people. Free Fred Lumbuye, Ugandan who was abducted in Turkey on the 3rd of August. So that's the third tweet would like you to retweet. So please head over to @StandUpUganda and let's get send off. Could co-hosts just make sure that everyone who is not speaking is muted, please, because we've got a bit of interruption coming through.
Yes, I'm trying to find out who is interrupting.
Okay, thank you. And then the next one we have is this one. They're very similar, but we need to amplify this message as much as possible. The Turkish government is, this is what we were saying, is complicit in the abduction and illegal detention of Fred, working hand in hand with Museveni's mafia officials of Uganda. Stop crimes against humanity, free Fred Lumbuye, and a number of other hashtags. So if we can get that amplified and sent out, please, please, please get that in. And the last one is this one. We demand for the immediate release of all political prisoners. Ugandan youths are languishing in illegal detention on trumped-up charges. Free political prisoners in Uganda, and we've tagged Secretary Blinken, International Criminal Court, EU in Uganda, UK in Uganda, and Ken Roth. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the tweets for this afternoon. At Stand Up Uganda on Twitter is where you will find all those tweets. If you've been able to tweet, well done to you. If you haven't, please head over to at Stand Up Uganda and get those tweets going off to the different people they're tagged to. I'd just like to thank all those of you who have taken the time to join us this Saturday. We're here every Saturday from 2 to 4, a bit longer today because of obviously the urgency of the issue we're dealing with. But I would like to remind you to join us on the same link with the same details, same password and everything next Saturday, where we will be joined by more guest moderators and we will be taking the message of freedom on. The most important thing for those of us who are in the diaspora is we need to show the dictator that nothing will silence us. Intimidation, threats, abductions and torture will not stop us from speaking for freedom and fighting for freedom. For every one lumbuye they take, they will have to deal with hundreds more. So it's in our gift to keep on speaking. That's all that Lumbuye was doing. He was speaking for our freedom. He was speaking for a new Uganda, a free Uganda. He was speaking truth. So please, please, please join us again next Saturday, where we'll be taking this. Things will change. We never know. It might be me next. I hope you guys will be here talking about it. It could be anyone. So let's make sure we're every Saturday for 2 hours. Just dedicate that time and let's meet same time, same place as always. Before we go to the anthem, I'd just like to invite one of my colleagues, Comrade Dorcas, who helps us with this program. Dorcas, if you're available, please could you just say your final few words before we close off? And also, I'd like to thank Dr. Lena for your support, presence, and your very valid questions and challenge to us. I'm happy to take that on and I'll pick that up with you regarding coordination and communication across all platforms. Thank you so much for being a part of this struggle and for keeping us motivated. Comrade Dorcas, please, a minute for you, your final words, and then we sign off with the national anthem and Ngule. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, David. Thank you so much, all friends, all Ugandans that have managed to make it to the Zoom. And I know those that will be watching us later after we've long gone, you still get the message and contribute. So the thing is, we amplify sound. And the way we amplify sound, do not stay silent all week. You are going to tweet, Facebook, whatever social media platform you have. We don't have guns, and that is where the guns are, on social media. So we fight on, do not despair. We pray and trust that Mr. Lumbuye Fred is still alive and he's going to be released soon. So Museveni operates with intimidation and will not be intimidated. Do not fear, do not despair. The fight is still on. Uganda is bleeding. However, we ask that you stand up, speak up, do not despair. Thank you, David.
Thank you so much, Comrade Dorcas. And again, thank you, Comrade Hadija, for taking us through the second hour. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this protest. Please join us again next Saturday, wherever you are. Remember, you can always find us here. Whatever you do, keep safe, keep spreading the word, and let's keep the voice of freedom going, because it's our duty and we owe it to the next generation and those who have gone before us. I'll ask you to show some respect to the national anthem, and we'll play the Ngule before we close off. Thank you so much.
Oh, you go.